$80 overnight for XRP is inevitable. In fact, it's likely going to happen in the next 72 hours, as already we can see massive volumes soar for XRP, with over $23 million being facilitated in literally under a minute. And the Bank of America, the CEO, has officially confirmed that XRP will be used for all internal and external payments live on Fox News. And we can't forget JP Morgan and BlackRock, which confirmed that a whopping $9 trillion XRP buyback is about to unfold. And all of this is set to happen on the day of global institutional integration of XRP, January 9th, when global institutions are ready to begin facilitating XRP payments and integrating it into their payment framework, facilitating trillions of dollars all simultaneously starting on January 9th, 2026, which is in 72 hours or in about 3 days. Which basically reaffirms that $80 per XRP is inevitable and it's going to happen overnight on January 9th. Now, of course, it's important to highlight real quickly that we are looking at XRP's current price today at about $2.27. If you look at XRP in the last week, it's up about 21%, which is massive. Right now we have consolidation, which means another major breakout is unfolding. And so we've actually partnered with Uphold to give every single person watching today's video up to $100 for you guys to accumulate even more XRP. If you want to get yourself some free money, some free cash for you to get yourself a bag of XRP before the massive breakout to $80, then this is your chance to get it absolutely free by just liking the video, subscribing, sharing, and most importantly, signing up on Uphold using my link in the description and doing a transaction. If you complete these very simple steps, you'll get yourself the juicy bonus, which means you're getting yourself some absolutely free XRP. With that being said, let's get right back into the video. Back to XRP, and back to $80 per XRP to be exact, which is about to unfold in 72 hours. And it's all set to happen because of institution globalizing the use of XRP and beginning to actually transact using XRP on January 9th, and it being a very big deal because we're talking about billions, trillions of dollars, in fact, that are all about to begin being facilitated directly on the XRP ledger and using XRP. Now, this is a very big deal because what is about to unfold is something so great that could cause that $80 per XRP, and it's being led by an institution known as RealFi. Take a look at this, which was just released a couple days ago. RealFi will officially be launching its payment rewards platform globally on January 9th, 2026, expanding access for both retail users and institutions worldwide. Now, RealFi's payment solution allows users and institutions to submit receipts for purchases made using Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. This right here is where all the money is about to shift and earn rewards / cashback in real tokens. Traditional payment rewards are outdated, they're impractical, and RealFi is solving this multi-billion-dollar problem, changing the entire space by making payment rewards efficient, fast, and truly rewarding. Now, again, this is a big deal because if we look at what's about to happen, it is millions, billions, and trillions of dollars that actually now transact using fiat are about to switch and become getting transacted using XRP because institutions and even retail can now earn money back when they buy or pay using XRP directly. Think about it like this. If you were supposed to go ahead and make a transaction and you were sending, for example, $10,000, an institution will say, you know what, let's send that out using XRP and get a portion of that money back so that we can keep that money. It's literally like free money that the institution gets, which means trillions of dollars are about to now switch and be transacted using XRP instead of traditional fiat currency. It's a win, massive win for institutions, massive win for XRP, and massive win for Real Token and RealFi, the institution. And in fact, the Bank of America has tested out payments using XRP already and has verified that they will switch now entirely. You're talking billions of dollars in transactions now switched directly to the XRP ledger. Just listen to the CEO of Bank of America talking about how they will now begin using XRP for all transactions.
You said it is the coin to be looking at right now.
Absolutely.
Why?
Okay, so Ripple actually was the second largest coin prior to the SEC's investigation of them. They did this really weird lawsuit against them, and basically the Ripple's going to be the track that everything's going to be running on in the future. So they created their own stable coin right now.
Okay.
And Bank of America, like I said, they were doing 100% of their internal transactions. They've got 83 different patents on it, and there's some incredible stuff that's going to be coming out. So,
and all of these systems are going to exactly unfold on January 9th. The system of expansion of XRP payments and use case of XRP and the use of the Real Token, which is running this entire system, from RealFi. See, RealFi is an institution that is facilitating and doing this, but RealFi uses a token known as a real token, which is about to make millionaires, is up over 20% in the last 24 hours. And obviously, you are talking about gigantic supply shock that is about to be experienced for real token. We're talking about real token having the potential to go from 2 cents to over $65,000, or now 3 cents to over $65,000, has a very low supply of 1 billion, and has very strong support and very low resistance. And while you may think I'm crazy, I'm not. Because look at all of the XRP analysts and look at all the analysts in general in this space. For example, here's one, which says that this massively bullish sentiment, we're talking about a 600 trillion global market poised to be unlocked through real token on the XRP ledger, could easily propel the real token from 2 cents to $80 or $90 as early as January 9th. So we're talking overnight real token could go from 3 cents to $80 to $90, which is millions on its own. But take a look at this because it goes even crazier. If just 1% of the $650 trillion market flows into XRP ledger built real token, it could go from 2 cents to over $65,000, which is a historic supply shock. Guys, the potential here is massive, and it comes because of real token facilitating tons of money with there not being enough supply to actually, maintain. And so you could really see that massive price surge and, millions being made as a result because of the massive supply shock that occurs. And this all could happen again. We're talking as early as January 9th, which is in 72 hours. This is extremely bullish. And this is why I got myself a nice bag of real token. This is why a lot of people that I've been reading also have been getting a nice bag of real token. In fact, real token just got listed on Max, which is a centralized exchange. They just got listed, meaning the adoption for real token is just now unfolding. They also just got listed on CoinMarketCap again. Another big deal because it shows you that right now adoption is just unfolding. See, here's Mex, for example, the only exchange that they got listed on, and it is very recent. So the expansion is now happening. And as the expansion grows, the price will skyrocket and the supply shock will grow even stronger. Like, imagine this. Real token right now, if $10,000 worth to be bought into real token, the price would be massively increased. Because again, supply shock, not enough supply, massive demand results in a massive price increase. And again, some people predict that if $10,000 were to be bought into real token, it could go to like $7 or $8, which again, just imagine that number, $7 to $8 per real token from 3 cents. Why? Well, because if you get into real token right now, you're very early. I mean, real token is only about a year old, which is a relatively new project. It went from 1/100 of a penny to 3 cents in a matter of mere months. And so it can experience a supply shock very easily. It is very easily capable of doing that. And so again, $10,000, which is actually nothing, could actually skyrocket the price of real token substantially. But then imagine that at scale, because real token just got listed on Mex. That facilitates, Mex facilitates billions of dollars every single month. If just $100,000 in daily transaction volume occurs for real token, I mean, the price could soar substantially higher. I mean, the numbers are just insane because we could see, $100, $200, $300, $400 per real token, which again is insane. And it sounds like an exaggeration, but when you look at the numbers, supply shock could happen and it could result in that number occurring. And again, we're talking about an institution, RealFi, which is solving a massive $1 trillion problem built for institutions, and real token is what's going to facilitate that money. So you're talking about real token, facilitating multi-trillion-dollar problem, solving that problem, and it doing that directly on the XRP ledger, which also has trillions of dollars being facilitated in day-to-day action. So the potential here is that you see a massive breakup, but also you're talking about a massive utility-based project solving a multi-trillion-dollar problem with a very low supply in the payment sector, and you're talking about it being at the exact time that it's very early. So getting into real token right now means you're getting in very early, and the peak, it's literally all of the best things unfolding at the exact same time, which is critical when you're looking at, a project that could create generational wealth. Now, I want to emphasize that I'm not a financial advisor, it's not financial advice, noise doing research. And I also want to emphasize that the crypto space is very risky, and you may buy something and it might go down. It's just the market, it's very volatile. But what you want to do is you want to do your research, you want to make your own decision, and then be happy with that decision. Guys, it is so crucial for you to look into things, to do your research, and to not just run into the next meme coin. Because meme coins tend to be pump and dumps, while when you talk about utility coins, they're actually solving a multi-trillion-dollar problem. And as a result, there is institutional money that gets injected and the price ends up soaring. And so you're looking for projects that are actually solving a real problem, that are backed by massive institutions, and that really have potential to innovate globally. And so this is why I'm extremely bullish on the real token. This is why, again, I'm constantly looking into it and doing my research and telling you guys a bit about it, is to look into it and make your own informed decision. Now, with all of that being said, guys, I do want to end off concluding the video here, but I want to quickly highlight that what we're seeing for XRP is very bullish. I do think we're going to hit a massive breakout for both XRP and real token. And I do think we're getting close to the peak of the bull market. I think we're going to skyrocket and really in the next 1 to 2 weeks hit a bull market peak, which could mean that XRP gets priced between $3 to $5 all within the next couple of days. And so just something to keep in mind. Again, I'll be leaving all the information down below in the description, all links in the description. With that being said, guys, I am going to conclude the video here. Make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, share this video. I will see you guys next time, and peace.